Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So in this video, I want to walk you through my exact focus and productivity protocols that I've been using and refining for over 2 years now. And I can tell you because of them, I was able to work for 8 or even up to 12 hours per day on a continuous basis. And my team and I used those protocols to be able to scale our business to 5 figures in monthly revenue, which it's just a small number for now, but we're always aiming to, grow further. But, the main reason I'm also doing this video, aside from you guys requesting it from me, is because I'm also meeting with a lot of intelligent people. And with the ones I've already met with, most of them aren't able to achieve their goals. And, I've been digging deeper into what might be the causes for them not being able to achieve them. And what I figured out is these intelligent people don't have set routines and set protocols that help them and their productivity and therefore help them produce anything of good use. Their intelligence is going to waste and is being hindered just randomly. So that's why I believe having those protocols that are set in your life is very important if you want to achieve something of greater value. So without further ado, let me first of all tell you what I'm going to cover in this exact video. So first of all, I'm going to walk you through the 5 main pillars that I believe if you master, you will gain like 10x in productivity. And after I reveal these pillars, I'm gonna show you how I fit them all into my daily routine so that I can implement them every single day. And also my monk mode protocol, which helps me implement them consistently without falling off track. And finally, I wanna give you like a summary of the video so that you remember what we talked about, and also some key notes that if you memorize, they can really do a huge difference in your productivity and in you achieving your goals, basically. So to begin with, what are the main pillars? So the main pillar for me, first of all, number one, is workout. To me, I wake up and I go instantly and work out to, first of all, gain the hormones after workout. You gain hormones that are very helpful, such as serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and more hormones. I don't know the complete list, but those hormones will help you get into more focus and will help you kind of develop your health, because like when you work out, not only do you gain muscles, right, but you also gain the health, a healthy body that can serve you well and give you more energy throughout the day. Now, I've simplified it as much as possible here. There are a ton of studies showing why working out is very important. And to me, I kind of, like according to my daily routine, sometimes I work out in the morning, sometimes in the evening, and sometimes at night. It depends on the season. I always change those. And I'm going to show you in a bit about how I incorporate it in my daily routine. But like the first one, workout. The second is sleep. This is a very simple yet very important thing you want to ace and stay consistent with. To me, sleep is very important. I always try to aim for 6.5 to 8 hours of sleep every single day, and I try to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. And I've heard this tip from Andrew Huberman, who's a very intelligent doctor. He's on YouTube, by the way. He says that sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time is more effective than the quantity of sleep that you get every single day. Both are important, but the consistency is also more important. And more importantly, there's also the quality of sleep that you get. So in my case, I always make sure that I'm sleeping in a cool room, and the room is like pure dark, and I don't have any like sounds around me. And also before sleep, which is the night routine I'm gonna walk you through soon, It's also very important for you, because if you don't have it like set correctly, it can ruin your entire sleep. So this is the second pillar. The third pillar is meditation. I talked about it in some of my previous videos, and to me, meditation is looking at my thoughts and seeing how I can improve my life, or tackling problems inside of my head and finding solutions to them. And not only that, like sometimes meditation to me is just staring at a place or looking at a beautiful view and just feeling present, feeling in the moment, and enjoying this moment. And it's an activity that I gain dopamine from. I know people, they gain dopamine from all types of activities like scrolling or gaming or watching series or movies or whatever. To me, I try to keep my dopamine levels kind of low, and I try to get those dopamine from things that are productive, such as meditation, reading books, working out, and those type of stuff that like propel me forward instead of make me complacent. So I always try to aim for that. It might sound geeky or whatever, but at the end of the day, you decide how you want to kind of make your life, how you want to design it, and what do you want to achieve. And every single element that you perform or activity that you perform, like in each second or minute of the day, has an effect on how your future and your life as a whole looks like. So yeah, meditation, very important. If I go like for a couple of days without meditating, I feel like there's a ton of information in my head that's overwhelming me. And this doesn't help when it comes to productivity, because you want to release the load and the pressure that's built up in your brain. It's a memory that you want to free up so that you can welcome more important information that can help you in your career and in your life as a whole. So this is the third point. The fourth point or pillar is actually diet. To me, it's pretty simple. I do intermittent fasting for around 16 to 18 hours every single day, and I eat lunch and dinner only. Now, I do this because it helps me with my productivity, especially in the beginning of the day where I work out and then I come back home, take a cold shower, and then just do some deep work for a couple of hours. So it helps me do more and not get like tired or bloated before getting and finishing the first deep work session. And so to me, diet, I also make sure to incorporate in every meal, fibers and vitamins, protein, and a bit of carbs. So I always make sure that these food groups are kind of, let's say, balanced, and I eat them in order of like vitamin and fibers, and then protein, and then carbs. So this is the order I eat them in, to make sure that also my blood sugar levels are maintained and they don't spike a lot. Because if this happens, then after eating the meal, I feel bloated, I feel tired, and this doesn't help me much in keeping up the momentum throughout the day to continue work and do the best I can when it comes to productivity. So this is the fourth pillar, diet. And the fifth one is focus time. When it comes to focus, like the routines and the what do I call them, like rituals that I implement are pretty simple. I make sure that I'm in a quiet place, and sometimes I turn on binaural beats, which help me get in the zone and just focus on my work. I always keep airplane mode on, so that I don't get bombarded with notifications. I put my personal phone in the locker, in my locker, and that way I don't get distracted with some personal stuff like messages from family, friends, and things that are more for entertainment. So I lock it away, and I keep my business phone, which I'm recording with right now, next to me. It only has applications that are for business and productivity as a whole. So Yeah, I can. There are a lot of stuff that I do as well, which I think I'm gonna cover in my daily routine. So, before I jump onto my daily routine, to summarize, we have the five main pillars. First one is workout, second is sleep, the third is meditation, the fourth is diet, and the fifth is focus time. So now that we've covered these, let me actually show you my screen, so I can show you around like my daily routine that I've built on Notion. So if I were to go here, here it is. So first of all, I wake up at around 6:45 a.m. I take around 15 minutes to prepare myself to go to the gym, and that's when I work out. And after it, I come home and take a shower, a cold shower in specific, because it gives me an energy boost. And if you want to know more about what I do for workout, it's a very simple split. Right now, starting Monday, I do Muay Thai. It's a martial art, and I just hurt my kind of elbows trying to train on the back there. So it's a ruthless sport, but it also helps me develop my mental and physical capabilities and helps push me further. And it's also a very humbling sport. So on Monday I do Muay Thai. On Tuesday I do chest and shoulders. On Wednesday I do back, and on Thursday I do arms, so biceps and triceps. And on Friday I do legs, and finally on Saturday I do full upper body. So this is how my kind of split looks like, and it's serving me well so far. And then we have the reading. So when I come back from gym and take my cold shower, I read for around 15 to 20 minutes. At the moment, I'm reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's a very dense book, very interesting. It's all about strategy and, thinking about the macro perspective, like how to win in the macro. So yeah, I'm slow in reading it, but I'm gaining a lot of information that's valuable and that will serve me for the rest of my life. So yeah, I read something in the morning that is the soap of the brain. According to Tai Lopez, he mentions this kind of phrase. In the morning you wanna read something that's more philosophical and that sets you on a good track to crush your day. And so after I read, I get into my first work session, which is very deep. So it lasts from 3 to 5 hours. My routine isn't perfect because there's a lot of times where things change, so I can't just follow it by the minute. So I try as much as possible to stay consistent with it. So yeah, the work session lasts from 3 to 5 hours. This is a non-negotiable. Every single day I do it, whether I want to or not. And then after it, I have my lunch, which is mostly like protein based. I try to eat protein as much as possible to build my muscle and build my body as much as possible. And I eat the other nutrients as well, to keep the balance. And then after lunch, I like to read a book that's more of a to-do book, or it's a bit tactical. So I read this until I fall asleep and I take a power nap. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It varies, but when I feel tired after lunch, I read and take a power nap. And after this, I do my second work session, which is I try to focus in it as much as possible, and sometimes I incorporate some of the reactive work, like doing calls and meetings, and things that are reactive with that make it difficult for me to get into a focused state. But it depends on the season, depends on what I'm working on. So yeah, I always try my best to just ace the second work session as well. And after it comes the reward, which is the dinner. I have it. This is at dinner, I try to eat as much as possible, but not till I'm full. I always try to aim for 80 to 90%. I never overstuff my stomach or gut with food. But yeah, the lunch, I always try to keep it as light as possible so that I can complete my second work session without feeling tired, because the digestive system takes in a lot of energy to digest the food that you've eaten. So yeah, the lunch, try to keep it light. The dinner, eat a bit more. And then after dinner comes chill time. Now this varies a lot. Like in here, I do a ton of tasks. Sometimes if I get the momentum, I work in it. I also do meetings and calls, as I've said. And sometimes I spend time with family, friends, socialize a bit, either it's online or physical, or I don't know, like watch some podcasts, read some books. So do things that are more of entertainment stuff, and it also helps me recover for the next day. And after the chill time is done, then I have my night routine, which is basically journaling, like reflecting on how the day was, and planning for the next day, and also looking at like my plans for the year, reminding myself of them. I have you know, like a yearly plan set, and this year 2024, it's for building the foundations, and so far I can say I'm on track. We'll see 2025 what it will be, but look at my plans, read a bit about some philosophical stuff as well. I like every single day I read the Daily Stoic and the Daily Laws. So these are two very interesting books. They give you like one passage, one idea to exercise per day, philosophical ideas as well. And so I read them in the morning, in the evening, and at night. So in my night routine, I read the ideas again. And after this, when I'm done planning everything out, then I go to bed, read until I fall asleep. And what I read type of varies, like the type of books, but it's a great way to gain new ideas, and especially that throughout the whole night, when you read, your subconscious like thinks about those ideas and tries and processes them, and you can wake up with new ideas that you can just implement the next day. So yeah, this is basically my daily routine now. I try to stay as consistent as possible with it. I'm not perfect, but so far it's been serving me well. And as a side note, my daily routine changes based on seasons. So let's say in the summer, when just passed, right now we're entering winter. In the summer, I used to wake up a bit later, and I used to work out at night, right? But now that we entered winter, it's a different vibe. So I kind of adapted to it and just changed the routine. So it doesn't have to be one routine for all of the time. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, I just change it every single season that comes in, whenever I feel like I need a change. And you can build your own, just make sure that all of the elements work together harmoniously, or synchronously, right? So this is it. Now onto my monk mode. This is very simple as well. So when it comes to routine, I always aim to sleep and wake up at the same time, meditate, read 6 times, exercise per week, intermittent fasting, and eat 3 fruits a day, lunch, midday, and dinner. So it's the last one is a non-negotiable that I set for myself, because recently I found myself just eating a lot of fruits between work sessions, and it kind of interrupted my focus. So I decided to eat, after lunch, during the work session too. So maybe in the middle of it, I might delete it as well, and after dinner. And when it comes to lifestyle, I only listen to classical or no vocal music, because I recorded a video talking about why I stopped listening to mainstream music, like the popular ones with lyrics, and they're very dangerous if you continuously listen to them. So to me, I stopped them so that I don't get influenced by the lyrics that I listen to, and I replace them with classical or no vocal music. It can be the piano or lo-fi, or anything that keeps me chill and is like light on the ears. And then I have the non-negotiable, which is limit content consumption. So also recently, I found myself scrolling a bit for like 10 to 30 minutes a day when I get bored, and I used to scroll on YouTube Shorts. So I decided to stop it completely. So I've stopped this for like a couple of weeks now, and it's been working really well. And by limited content consumption, what I do is I only watch a limited amount of people. So I get to choose like the list of people I want to watch, and intentionally I go onto my YouTube and I search for the person that I want to watch, and I watch their content based on intention and not through the algorithm, because the algorithm suggests a ton of videos that might not serve you like in your journey. And to me, like, I'm kind of strict on those stuff at the moment because I'm in a phase where I want to focus, I want to do my best work, I don't want to get distracted, just to focus on building the foundations, the business, and later on as other seasons come, those might change. And so yeah, we'll see, it depends. So limited content consumption, and finally no artificial sugars. Now this has been a non-negotiable as part of my monk mode for almost 2 years now. I don't eat artificial sugars, only on events like Christmas, let's say, or Easter, or times where every like 1 to 3 months I eat artificial sugars and like desserts for, let's say, 1 to 3 days, just for that. So this is me. This is how I find that I can keep my hormone levels just stable as much as possible, achieve euthymia, which is just the fact of having stable hormone levels and emotions as well, and just stay focused. It's a very simple word, yet it's very, very important. So done with the monk mode and the daily routine, I want to finally mention like a summary of what we just talked about. So you want to focus on the main pillars: workout, sleep, meditation, diet, and focus time. And I think I forgot to mention in my daily routine when I meditate, because it's at random times. So whenever I feel like I want to clear my mind or I need to think about something, I go on and meditate, right? So the 5 pillars, and then have a routine. It helps you a lot with structuring your life. Have a monk mode protocol, which gives you limits and helps you keep or stay on track. And some of the final notes is, first of all, like, nothing is perfect. Like, chaos is part of the process. The important thing is to get back to order. Whenever you feel chaotic, it's prone to happen. You won't know what order is without knowing what chaos is, or without experiencing them. And the same is with happiness and sadness and black and white. It's the law of duality, the yin and yang, right? So whenever you feel like you're in chaos, try to get back to order and structure your life. And second is, you must have a goal or a purpose you're trying to achieve to have a successful protocol that's in place. Because if you don't have a deep goal or purpose, then all of the work that you're doing, like whenever you get a temptation or you get distracted, which is prone to happen, you have a higher risk of just giving up on what you're working on, and getting influenced by those distractions and going off track completely. So you want to have a strong goal or a purpose to keep going whenever difficulties and temptations step in and knock on your door, basically. And finally, consistency is key. Like, I can't stress how much this is important. I hear a lot of people, they say, yeah, I've been trying this routine or protocol for around a couple of days or weeks, and I'm not seeing results, man. Like, I want my business to get to 10K a month, or I want to have this amazing physique, but I'm not there yet. Or I hear a lot of people also saying that they go to the gym, um, they work out, and then they stop for a couple of months, and then they get back and then repeat the same cycle where they get in, stop, get in, stop. And I've met a lot of these people at the gym when I'm, networking, communicating with them. And do they have their dream bodies? No. And the same applies to all areas of life, in business, in relationships. Consistency is key. And whenever you stop focusing on an area or stop growing it, you will see that it's going backward instead of forward. So stay consistent, stay focused, and yeah, this is it, ladies and gents. Hopefully, this YouTube video was valuable to you. It was also inspired by someone in the comments who said, like, can you share the productivity protocols? And here it is. So if you have any ideas or things that you want to know more about, I'm more than happy to create a video about them. And my goal right now is to share and document the journey and just show you most of the behind the scenes that I'm doing, and what gives me the power and the energy and everything I need to kind of level up in entrepreneurship and in life as a whole. Because also the goal is to build all of the pillars of life. So have a great, have great wealth, health, relationships, and finally be happy with your life, and not happy in the term of joy, but be fulfilled with everything that you do. So if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe, and all I ask from you is to take care of yourself, take risks, and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.